How would you like to be more likable at work? Wouldn't you love it if people were naturally attracted to you, if they enjoyed being around you, if they liked you for who you were and you didn't have to fake it anymore, you didn't have to pretend, you didn't have to try to be something else, and you didn't worry that they were judging you anymore? Wouldn't that be awesome? We are going to look today at the most likable people on the planet. And I'm going to show you a demonstration that you will never forget that will show you how you can be just like them, how you can be more likable and enjoy life to the fullest. Welcome to Strategic Beliefs and Core Stories, where you learn how to get out of your own way so you can get what you want. What is it that you truly want to have in your life? What is it that is stopping you from getting that? Often it's yourself, it's your mindset, it's who you have become, it's your identity. Well, what you want to do is you want to get back to your true identity. So with this demonstration, hopefully this will kind of explain this to you. So I have some Sprite, okay? Now Sprite, why am I using Sprite? Simply because Sprite is just spirit misspelled. And here we start out. Remember what you were like as a kid? And maybe you don't remember what you were like specifically as a kid, but you remember other people. And you've seen little kids and you know what they're like. And how would you describe them? If you were to pull out some words, would you say that they're adventurous, that they're brave, that they are creative, they're inventive, they are fearless? I mean, all of these words that associate with kids generally are pretty positive things. They were things that you would like to have in your life. And you know what? When we started out, when our spirits come into our bodies, that's what we're like. We are free, we are clear, we are pure, and we have all this energy and this vitality and this life and excitement within us. And then life starts to happen. And it's a process that happens in your life. And what happens is generally, anyway, you know what life's like. You remember when you were in middle school, right? I mean, middle school's got to be the hardest thing. Actually, let's go back to elementary school. Do you remember when you first had somebody point things out that were wrong about you? I remember I was in, well, I don't remember my teacher's name, but I remember I had kind of a crush on her. I was in the second grade and I was sitting, cross-legged on the floor. We were all on the floor sitting there, and she was asking us questions. And I remember she asked the question, who has something that bugs them? And I raised my hand eagerly because I wanted to impress her. I wanted to be one of her favorites. And she said, yes, Scott, what is it? And I said, it bugs me that the hair on the back of my head just always sticks up, and I'm always trying to, slick it down. And as I'm talking, everyone is starting to look at me. And I'm realizing this cataclysmic mistake that I have just done, because I have just shared something so personal about me. And now everybody is looking at my head going, what is wrong with that thing? And that was the beginning of me recognizing I need to not say that. I need to not tell people about myself. I need to start hiding. I need to start pretending. And so what I started to do, and what you have started to do, is we hide, and we like to put, I use glitter here because we like to have little sparklies so that we can distract people from what's really going on. Maybe we're feeling kind of insecure. But you know what? If they see that we're a good basketball player, I'm not going to feel so insecure about myself. What if I wear the fanciest clothes? Or what if I drive the nicest car? Hopefully you can see that really well. You just got this, I got gold blinging everywhere. Everybody's going to see that, and they're going to pay attention to the fact that, man, I'm beautiful and I have all these wonderful things about me. And they're not going to pay attention to the fact that I feel insecure inside. I feel not worthy. I feel, my identity has been attacked, and I'm not sure who I am anymore. But if people look at all of these other things going on in all these awards that I've won, oh man, that is going to really convince them. They are going to love me. They're going to like me because of my awards and who I have become. And you know what? Maybe these wonderful achievements happen, and I start to get. Can you see this little star? Maybe you can see it. Maybe we add some of those things in that, we start achieving great things, and now because we're successful, people will love us. They will like us. They will follow us. We will have value in the world. And so we add some of these things in. Isn't this wonderful? Can you see how this happens to you? That as you go through life, we end up pretending. We end up getting really false and fake with who we genuinely are. And yeah, it's sparkly. And yeah, it can confuse people to where they're not looking at our flaws. They're looking at all the shiny, sparkly things about us. We start lying. We start lying to ourselves. We start living fake to others. You've probably seen it if you've ever been on Facebook or Instagram or any of the social media things. We pretend life is better for us than it really is. What do you always respond to when somebody says, "How are you doing today?" Fine, right? Everyone says fine, even if things are maybe not fine in your life. We pretend, we just fake it, and we put on this mask, pretending life is really good for me, and I'm amazing, and I'm successful, and I'm happy, but we're fake, we're false, we're not true to ourselves, and we're not true to others. And what happens is we end up losing our identity. We forget who we are and what we're about. Remember who we were? Remember when we were young and childlike, and we were brave, and we were fearless, and we were creative, and we were inventive, and we were loving, and we were kind, and we were accepting, and we were forgiving, and we had all these wonderful qualities in our spirits. Well, you know what? If you look at this, our spirits are still there. The only thing that has changed is this top layer. This top layer where we are masking who we genuinely are. So if you want to be happy, if you want to be truly successful, you need to figure out who your identity is. And your identity is knowing who you are, why you're here, and what you're all about. When you understand that, when you have purpose to your life, when you have that kind of clarity, it's going to help everything else. So we're talking about how to be more yourself. And there's a simple way. How do you get rid of this stuff? I mean, we can try and kind of fish it out. And I mean, look at that. Who wants to drink this? Who wants to have you? I certainly don't want that. In fact, I don't even know how to get that on my fingers. I think that's going to be on my fingers for the rest of the day. But we have all this gunk that's built up that's the false stuff about us, that is just these false appearances. So the question is, how do we get rid of it? How do we become more our true, best, full selves? And there is a really simple process, and I'm doing the demo so that you can see what that is. And it's simply to add more spirit. See, when you add more spirit in, when you become true, when you become authentic, when you become the real you, isn't that beautiful? See how it just kind of washes away all those impurities, all those things that aren't really you, and you're left with this pure, beautiful spirit of who you are. And does somebody want to drink that? Does somebody want to be around somebody that is true and genuine like that? Yes. So, and this is true in all aspects of life. So it's interesting. There's a coach that I follow online, and I remember she posted a video once, and she looked horrible. I mean, she looked like death. Her hair wasn't done. Her makeup certainly wasn't done. She was wearing a t-shirt or a sweatshirt, and she was up in front of this whiteboard or the sketch pad demonstrating this stuff, but she was so excited because she had something to share. And she shared the story that she had just flown in to Denver, and she was excited because she had learned some stuff, and she wanted to share it with you, her listeners, her viewers. And she immediately started showing how we look for these evidences in life, and it's these evidence, it's this proof that we're searching for that then takes us off course if we are looking for the wrong kind of proof. Unless we are conscious and deliberate about the proof we're looking for, it's going to ruin us. Anyway, it was this beautiful message, but it was so poorly presented. But you know what? It was so perfectly presented. Because I have always respected her far more because of that video, because I know who she truly is, and I know she cares more about me and about us and about her followers than she cares about her appearance and what they really think of her. She was genuine, she was authentic, she was true. Now, I was on the phone yesterday. I'm a commercial filmmaker. I was on the phone yesterday with a composer, and we're working on creating some beautiful original music for this piece. I'm super excited about it. It's kind of a budget piece, and we're trying to figure out how to make it cheaper. Well, the way to make it cheaper is to synthesize the music, and we can synthesize it so the notes are absolutely perfect. But you know what? Our ears pick up on that, and we don't like perfection. There's something that doesn't resonate right with us if everything is perfect. You need the flaws, you need the humanity in there. We need to have real instruments, at least in some of the core instrumentality, in order for people to really connect with it. You're not looking for perfection. You're not, when you are your true best self, you are not about how do I show perfection? It's how do I make a connection? And that's what happens when you add more spirit, when you are your true best full self, when you figure out your true identity, who you are, what you're about, and why you're here. You get those three things, you figure out your identity, you start being your true best full self, and you're going to be able to get exactly what you're looking for out of life. What can you add? Now, are you ready to join the conversation? Are you willing to add your voice, your thoughts, your ideas, your impressions? If so, add them in the comment section below. We need your voice. Now, if you have been inspired to take action, don't let an impression slip by. Train yourself to listen to and follow your inner voice. Of course, the best place to take action is at ScottWilhite.com, because if you join me for a free web class, you will receive a copy of my Purpose Planner, the tool you've been missing that will help you uncover your purpose. You can totally do this. Your roots produce your fruits. Choose your beliefs and pick your identity. It is choice, not chance, that determines your reality. See you next time.